Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Tom Stewart here. I'm with Liz Trotter. This is Smart Business Moves. Not only Smart Business Moves, but it's Thursday. That means on the spot. And our secret guest today, and I think that we did a really good job with secret guests because, Mark, I don't think anybody guessed. Mark there. He's been in the carpet cleaning business for a while, and he's a new entrant into the house cleaning business. He's an acquaintance of Liz's, and he's got a really interesting story and a lot of good background, and we're going to hear about all of that, and we're going to have a lot of fun taking your questions today. Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm great. I really appreciate you having me on today.
So I'm excited you could be on. That's cool, Mark.
Do I understand that you are a resident of Olympia, Washington?
I actually live in Lakewood, just north of Olympia.
Oh,
our business is hubbed out of Olympia.
Yeah. Lakewood, that's kind of a small town relative to Olympia, right?
Yeah. Olympia that has 24,000 people.
Yeah. We kind of kid Liz about the size of Olympia and how many stoplights they have and stuff like that.
We have stoplights. It's fast food. Mark, isn't it true? Only in like the last 3 years, we've gotten like more than 5 fast food places.
Yeah. We're growing. We're on the uptrend.
We're huge now, Tom. Like we have like double digits fast food.
Booming metroplex.
Exactly.
Mark, before COVID, we travel around and we do workshops in various parts of the country, and wherever we were somewhere that had any legitimate population, Liz would get excited because they would have like a Cece's pizza or oh look, a Jack in the Box. I was like, really?
That's true,
hey, those places are good, but I don't think you can beat Egan's Drive-In. I don't know.
That's true. They don't have Egan's. Yeah. But they used to. Do you remember they used to have those Cece's pizza commercials?
Yeah.
And we have no Cece's pizzas anywhere.
None ever around here.
Yeah. So when I went there, I was like, "Can we just go to Cece's, please?" Tom's like, "Do we have to? Do we have to eat there? Can we just like do a drive-by?" Or I want to eat it. It looks so good.
I had some small kids at the time, and it's like, well, they're going to be down with that. Yeah, let's go. And they thought Liz was so cool because she appreciated such fun cuisine.
My favorite, I had 2 favorite pizzas at Cece's. They had one that was macaroni twists with cheese.
On pizza?
Yeah, on a pizza. And then they had a buffalo chicken one that had little buffalo chicken bites. And it was so amazing.
Yeah, and that apple pizza is so good too.
Yeah.
So see, Tom, we might have to go back.
Hey guys, if you want to like in chat, kind of in comments, let us know what your favorite Cece's pizza is, and we'll go ahead and we'll add that.
Sorry, Thursday. All right, so y'all, you know the deal about on the spot. When we run out of questions, on the spot ends, and we have a quicker start to our weekend. So we do have a few questions that were given to me offline that we can do a jump start with, but we're going to need your questions. Hey, Hilda, fairly new person on Smart Business Moves. Nice to meet you. You're right, Denise. We really should start a food review. I would love that. I love to eat. One of my favorite things to do. All right, Tom.
Do you want to kind of walk us through what we got lined up next week?
Sure. Well, I'll start us off with Mark. So many of you have probably seen Mark Baker around recently. He's been talking a lot about Trainual. And so he's going to come on Smart Business Moves. Yay. And he's going to give us a rundown about Trainual and how it works in his business. And he's doing a lot of interesting things. So I'm pretty excited to see what he's going to bring to the show on Monday.
Awesome.
You want to share about Royce?
Yeah, Royce Ard is a cleaning business owner out of Atlanta. He's had some professional experience in the house cleaning business and knows a lot about technology and automations, and he's applying that in his own business. I know he's done like presentations at QDC and with Amar and the Maid Service Success Summit, and He's going to be joining us on Tuesday, and we're going to be talking about, how to leverage automations in your house cleaning business.
Super nice.
Wednesday is our favorite Wednesday of the month. It is Deal Day, where we have a number of vendors who offer products and services to the house cleaning industry, and each one of them gets 4 minutes to share what they do, and they're going to have a special deal for their product or service just for Smart Business Move watchers, and the deal will become effective at the end of that Wednesday, end of next Wednesday, and it'll be good for basically 48 hours until the end of Friday. And it's a deal that you're only going to be able to get at Smart Business Moves. And we've had a number of these. We've done this, I don't know, 4 times maybe. It gets
Something like that. Yeah, not very many, maybe 4.
It's always fun, and have an opportunity to learn a little bit more about. You hear the names of various. We have software vendors and equipment manufacturers and cleaning products, and some training programs are consultants. We have a mix. I don't really honestly know who all's lined up for next.
I think Debbie's one of the people coming.
Is Debbie? Okay.
I think Debbie's coming. So you guys, just a reminder that Deal Day is a pitch fest. You got to know it. You got to know that we're just going to be showing you all stuff that is for sale, and it's all going to be a great deal, but we're not going to be just like being subtle and talking about, no, it's a pitch fest. All right. You just need to know you're coming for a deal. If you don't want a deal and you don't want any kind of salesy stuff going on, do not come to Wednesday, because that's what we're doing.
But also, in my humble opinion, it's also fun. I mean,
it's totally fun.
Yeah, you're not there just saying, "Oh God, they're trying to sell me something."
No.
I mean, a lot of fun doing it. So, even if you don't want to buy anything, it's you'll learn something and laugh a few times as well.
Well, and there's also deals that you got to be ready. You got to know that you're coming for a deal, because I know 3 people that were like, oh, I can't believe I missed Carrie's deal, because Carrie had an amazing deal last month, and 3 people were like, I missed it. Yeah, don't be missing the deals, y'all.
And sometimes we have vendors on there that a lot of us can constantly buy stuff from. Yeah. And it's like, well, I'm going to be placing an order with them next week anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in Deal Day and get the same thing I'm going to be buying next week, but get all this other cool stuff too.
Yep. Hey, Debbie. I know it's fun. All right. And then secret guests for on the spot. Oh, I hate it when we have it on Thursday. I never have a clue. We just need to have it. We just need to know that the clues are going to start on Monday, y'all.
No clue. Katarina Vitt. I have no clue.
Liz has no clue. Shocker, right? Who's shocked? Come on now. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So on the spot, for those of you that don't know what on the spot is, we will be taking questions. These questions can be about anything. Since we have Mark on today, if you have any questions about carpet cleaning, might be a good person to ask. You see the timer up on the screen. And for every question that comes in, all 3 of us will answer the question. We each have 60 seconds to answer, and we have to stop on the line, except for Mark, because he's a guest. He can talk for as long as he wants. But Tom better not go a second over, and I better not go a second over.
I get to be a rule breaker. I love it.
You can do what you want. That's right. That's it. We appreciate you coming on and answering questions for us, so we let you get away with whatever. Almost.
Flip side of it, you don't have to take all 60 seconds either. If you can answer it in 10 seconds, that's fine. And we'll move on to the next person.
We had a guest time, Elena Ledoux, for those of you that know Elena. And she did not use all of her time, even once. And I think the majority of the questions that she answered, she used less than half the time. Didn't she, Tom? Would you say that was accurate?
Yeah, 10, 15, 20 seconds. It was like, phew.
And Tom and I are both like, I'm not sure I can get that all in a minute. And she's like, yes, here is the answer, and it's perfect. Okay, well, that was pretty hard.
No pressure, Mark. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
I was just about to say, gosh, no pressure on meeting the standard here.
Well, there was only one person that ever did that, and we're all still talking about it. That's how amazing it was. So not to worry. Most people find it a little bit more challenging than Elena did. She used to be an attorney in her previous life, so that at least contributed.
So she's elegant with words.
Yeah. Yeah, she already knows how.
We'll see how I stand up to that measure.
All right. Okay, guys.
Started, Mark, you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the cleaning?
How I got into here, yeah. So I spent 17 and a half years in the United States Army, and I got hit by a car on my motorcycle going into work back in 2018. And in the process of all that and getting out, a guy that I was in the Army with is actually another business owner here in Olympia. He owns Capital Duct Cleaning. And so he had Clearview carpet cleaning, and it was kind of in a stagnant mode. So I purchased the company from him and started running with carpet cleaning. And then I also had an opportunity to buy another business, Elite Cleaning of Washington, and we've melded those two operations together, and here we are today.
So, how long have you been in the carpet cleaning business?
So I've been actually an owner for about 18 months of Clearview.
Tom, you didn't hear earlier where I gave the erroneous information on the
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to re-emphasize the fact that you haven't been doing it for years and years and years.
Yeah, because Liz lied on the thing. Not intentionally,
You just gave misinformation. No worries. Well, thank you, Mark. It's cool having you here, and we're going to have some fun.
And so for those of you that didn't catch it, or that weren't just listening to this piece of the information, Mark's in Olympia, Washington, where I am. So we are direct competitors, but we are friendly direct competitors that we enjoy working together. We just set up a regional meeting for the people in Olympia. So we're excited about that.
It's coming up November 4th, I believe.
Yeah. So we're super excited.
So did you? So you acquired another a house cleaning business recently?
That's right.
And how long ago was that?
Gosh, that was in November of last year.
Yeah. I said 11 months, 11 to 12 months. So.
Yeah, Liz was pretty close on that one.
Right.
Pretty close. So we'll give you that one. Has Liz told you about all the everything from ARCC to Arvis? We were talking about Made Central before this, and Mark.
Yeah, so I actually met Liz in Las Vegas last year at the ISSA convention.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't know who she was at the time, and we have come to grow a little bit closer since that time. But yeah, we did meet at the convention last year, and then so we're members of ISSA and ARCC, and loving it.
Did you register for convention yet, Mark?
No, we talked about this the other day. I need to get on it. Yeah, I know.
I can pay for you. Are you hurt? Do you want me to buy your registration for you?
I need more time in the day, is what it is. I'm not even sleeping right now.
No, most of the program you will be able to access through March 31st, and you can play most of it for your employees, your leadership team. I mean, really, you if I need to watch this stuff for you, and then we'll have it, and
I will. You know what? When we get done with this, I'm going to jump over and get registered and get that taken care of.
He just put a link up for you too.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead. We'll just take a break for a few minutes and give you an opportunity to register right now.
We're not doing that. He's lying. But Mark, you're going to beat yourself if you don't do it. You're going to be so mad.
I know. This forum, ISSA and ARCC specifically, it's just such a great resource. And we've seen that in the last year, coming into this industry. It's just a great place to be able to reference and get training and meet other people even in the industry. So I agree 100%. It's a great place.
Are you aware of this new member benefit that ARCC is offering with its new e-learning platform?
So I am, and as a matter of fact, we are. I was just looking at that last night because I had another email from ARCSI come through on the new e-learning program, and I believe the PCH or PHC program is part of that, and we're really looking forward to implementing that into our onboarding process for new employees.
It's an awesome program. Yeah. That's exciting. You're going to benefit from that. And your employees will as well.
We're going to do something with it for orientation, Mark. So we should chat about that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's get everybody in Olympia PHC trained. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I like it. You know, I think when we do things like that to make the industry as a whole better, especially specific to our local market, but across the board, when you get standardization across the board for everybody, it helps everybody out.
Absolutely.
You know? And I think I'm all about that.
Me too.
It truly does. I mean, it's about professionalizing the industry. It's about taking, and so many people look at house cleanings as like a chore that anybody can do, and it's a profession done properly, where we're being safe and taking care of all the necessary stakeholders. It needs to be done as a profession, and we're promoting that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super happy to have you in our local market because you're a true professional as well. I'm just so happy to have, more professionals in our area.
I appreciate that, saying that. And then, also just bringing I guess awareness, I think is key to the customer base and the market about, what is the difference between an actual operation, a company that's operating with standards and a real training program versus, just somebody who's cleaning on the side. I mean, there really is a night and day difference between those two entities,
So true. So true. All right, y'all. So we need to see your questions popping up.
There are no questions. Are we done?
Are we done for the day?
Yeah. Okay. Well, Liz, you've sent me a couple here. So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling, and hopefully we'll get another.
Where is Leslie? Leslie, where's Leslie?
I don't. If Leslie's not here, I don't know if we can go on.
I don't know. No, because we have Denise, we have Marlo. We can.
Okay, we're good. We're good. We got enough to make critical mass. Okay, so I got a question here. Do you have any add-on services?
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, with the way that we do this is we'll each take a turn on the clock with 1 minute. I'm at the top, so I'll go first. You go second. Liz will go third, and then we all take turns going first. So the person that goes first has to think the fastest because they really don't, control. The person going last sometimes has to scramble because all the good ideas have already been shared. So there's pros and cons. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Bang. So we say add-on services. I presume we're talking about not like oven cleaning, refrigerator cleaning and stuff like that, but large-scale services that kind of stand on their own, such as maybe window cleaning or landscaping, things like that. We have a carpet truck and some professional cleaning equipment, and our carpet cleaning equipment, and we do some carpet cleaning more as an accommodation to our house cleaning clients. We do a fair amount of property management work, which gets into painting and some other things like that. A lot of this is accidental more than strategic, though. It's just stuff that kind of popped up and fell in our lap. Our core business is residential cleaning Mrs. Jones's house every other week. And for people that think that they want to diversify, that can be a good strategy, but there's a lot going into it. I wouldn't do it casually.
That was good, Tom.
Right on the money.
I'm giving you one-handed fireworks.
There we go.
Wasn't awesome. Yeah.
Okay, Mark, you're out.
All right. So for our add-on services, obviously we have carpet cleaning and all the various things associated with that, the deodorizers and Scotch guards and things like that. We do upholstery. But then other things, because we're in a unique situation with Elite Cleaning and us being housed together, we also have spread out into VCT floor maintenances and other hard floor care opportunities. We do tile and grout cleaning and sealing. So that's everything, shower surrounds and all that. And then we also do window cleaning as a separate service, which gets a little bit dicier just because you get into some of these commercial buildings with higher windows and high window counts. It can be challenging, but super exciting to have those things available to our team.
He's going to be one of them fast ones.
One of them.
Fast.
That was good, Mark. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
You ready, Liz?
Yeah. So we don't have a lot of add-on services. I like to think in terms of I'd like to stay in my lane. We do a couple of things just because they need to be done so regularly. One is windows. We do windows. We do in and out, and we only do exterior on the first floor. No, that's not true. We'll do second floor, 2 floors. But we don't do more than that on exterior. And then the only other real add-on thing that we do is what we call interim carpet cleaning. So we will do like walkways and open areas, nothing where we have to move move furniture. We don't bring it. We don't have a machine, we're going to hire Mark for that kind of stuff. But for us, we're just going to do this interim, like with a buffer pad with a encapsulation solution.
So can I add on to that for just a second real quick, Liz?
Of course.
So you mentioned a maintenance program, which I think is a good distinction for everybody to understand the difference between a carpet maintenance cleaning program and an actual yearly cleaning. Two wildly different scenarios, but the customers, need to be educated on the difference between those two things. Because a good maintenance program will extend the life of your carpet, exponentially.
Yeah, that's what we tell them. So makes sense.
It's like a subscription service where you're signing up for an annual.
Absolutely, and encapsulation is a great solution for, especially in buildings with commercial glue down tile, even the commercial rollouts for that interim cleaning, and then we can do a hot water extraction on that every 12 to 18 months, and it really is a nice blend.
Yeah, nice.
In a legitimate maintenance program, hot water extraction is kind of the restorative clean. You do it just periodic, not very frequently. The most of the go-to after you get it clean, to keep it clean, you do encapsulation, right?
Right. Yeah. And that's going to be, even your normal staff can do that. That is not a highly technical process you have to be super trained on.
No.
And then the regular janitorial staff can do behind that as well. So
it's super easy. Yeah.
It's harder to tear stuff up, break stuff, less equipment to deal with.
Right.
Less calls, I can't get the vacuum to work, or it's not. Yeah. Okay. Been there. Okay. All
right. So it looks like this might be our last week, Tom, to do on the spot, because we don't have any questions on the call today. Oh, never. Oh, now.
Wow. Yeah. Now she felt guilty. Thank you, Marlo. Appreciate you.
We thought we were going to be off the hook for this, but all right. There's Marlo. So Marlo is in South Carolina, Mark, and she is.
Hey, that's where I'm from. I'm from South Carolina.
That's where Tom is too, South Carolina. Whereabouts in South Carolina?
I'm from a little town, Camden, which is kind of right in the middle. Right outside Columbia.
Yeah,
nice.
Marlo's in Columbia. I'm in Charleston.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful country down there.
And she's been around forever too. Just one of the long-time cleaning people out there. All right, you're first up this time, Mark.
First in the chute, I'll take it. So what is your favorite thing to do for staff for the holidays? I approach business as a family. We are a small business, so we kind of live and operate like that. We like to sit down and break bread. I mean, that's key for us. We sit around the table, we all eat together. We do a little gift exchange between everybody, kind of like white elephant style type thing. And then as the company, we will present a small gift to everybody. I think it really makes a difference. It makes that family feeling, to me, as even wanting to work somewhere, that's a critical part for me. And I feel like, I want my staff to have that same feeling and feel like they're part of a family in this company.
Awesome.
Okay, so we also do similar to Mark. We will have a big Christmas party typically. What we're going to do this year is going to be a little bit different. I'm not sure. Our Christmas party, we usually have somewhere around 70 people. Santa Claus comes, we eat, games, that whole thing. But obviously that's not happening this year. So we're still figuring out what we're going to do. We usually have gifts. One of my favorite things to do, though, because we're going to favorite thing, is everybody has a stocking. We have a stocking contest. And then for the 12 days of Christmas, we give them a different present every day in their stocking. These are very small things, but they're fun. They love when we do the 12 days of Christmas. That's first thing people do is run in and check their stocking, even though everybody gets the same thing. It doesn't matter. They still go check. So that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, like Liz said, this year I'm not sure exactly what things are going to be. We have a Christmas meal where we cater it, and we as a company we buy a number of gifts, and we kind of do raffles and kind of give them out throughout the meal. We do a Secret Santa thing. We typically do some type of gift as a company that everybody gets as well. And there's some financial bonuses that go along with that. But the whole party thing this year, the way things are going, it looks like that's not going to happen, at least the way it typically has. So that's something that we're going to have to figure out.
I'm going to use a couple of your seconds too, Tom, because been a partner in Castle Keeper, so I know a little bit about what goes on over there. And you guys also play games, which is really fun for the people. You play a different game every week. So after Thanksgiving, which is, I know he doesn't really know all this stuff, y'all.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do some cool stuff. Every once in a while, they fill me in on it. But we're trying to social distance as much as we can at the office, and we're kind of doing some things differently. And like our morning meetings are different, and we're doing a lot of stuff outside that we used to do inside. And it's going to get colder, and still some stuff we haven't quite figured out yet. We're thinking about doing staggered start and depart times, and not to get in the weeds on all of that, but it's going to look different this year.
Yeah.
Let's see. Susan has a question. What are the metrics for employee rewards? For example, how many points would someone get to receive a spin on the award wheel? You're up, Liz.
Okay. So we don't have this system. We don't have like points that you get to receive a spin on the award wheel. So what I can tell you is that we do have lots of different things that we will spin for, but usually they are team things. So if we have like what we call a WIG, a wildly important goal, when we meet a threshold, everybody will spin the wheel. So that on the birthdays, people spin the wheel. On your anniversary, depending on how many years you've been there, if you've been here 15 years, you spin 15 times. We have Player Appreciation Week. During that week, everybody spins the wheel every day. Yeah. So, I know, I didn't tell you. Read the book Drive, D-R-I-V-E, by Daniel Pink, and that will be your best thing you can do.
That was good.
Yeah.
Coming in right under the limit there.
That's right. I get nervous.
Okay. Yeah. As far as points, I mean, we do different contests, and that can change from, week to week. This week we're doing a contest for who gets the most scorecards back within a week. And I think there's a threshold. I think it's 10, and everybody over 10, they get to spin the wheel. And we do that at the end of the week. It could be, hanging out door hangers that come back. That could be a wheel spin. It could be related to attendance. It could be getting reviews on review sites, referring a friend to work at Castle Keepers. I mean, we kind of mix it up just depending upon what the need is. But in terms of banking points to get to a point where you spend, that's not a bad idea. It's just not the way that we do it.
Yeah, so for us, we don't have a system in place like this, an award wheel per se. Our employee incentives, I guess, are primarily at this point tied to reviews, direct feedback from the customers, and so we have what we call a perfection bonus. So when we get positive customer feedback for our employees, we run that. We have a running tab on that, and we review those with the whole team. And then they get an additional pay based on the number of hours. So their hourly wage would go up. If they get negative feedback, then we address that with the individual cleaner with some retraining if necessary. And then they would not, at that time, they would not get that additional bonus pay. So a little different. I know it's a different scenario, but we don't have that particular system in place.
Well, none of us really do. So
Yeah.
yeah, everybody has different ways of doing it. One of the really awesome things about this industry is that we can do things differently and still be successful. So I like that. Okay.
Let's see. How much money do you give employees for Christmas bonus? I'm up on this.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Historically, we've done it based upon tenure and seniority with the company, and there's some base amount regardless of how long somebody's been there. And I don't think it's a wacky amount. I don't know, maybe just $20 to start, and then there's, I think, like another $10 a year for every year that you've been there. And we've got a number of people who worked with us over 10 years and some over 20. So, I mean, it adds up to be something, but that's just part of it. There's some gifts involved. And like I said, the party, and there's a whole lot in the package. It's not just about Christmas bonus. That being said, we had some thoughts over the last year or so about not doing the Christmas bonus that way. And maybe I'll save the rest of my time for Liz, and she can kind of explain more what that part looks like.
Alrighty. So I'm going to jump on this one. So we currently, obviously, we're a smaller company. We don't do necessarily a Christmas bonus specifically. We are implementing a rewards program that kind of spins around the whole year. And I just don't like the idea of like a Christmas bonus necessarily. We do a party, we do gifts, and so we go that way. But as far as rewarding employees, I'm a real proponent of incentivizing performance, not necessarily just blanket a Christmas specific bonus program.
So Mark, your go-to amount of time that you spend tends to be right around 40 seconds.
I'm going to reset.
Go-to number right there. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to have a little bit more time. There's a book called Drive, and it's by Daniel Pink. There are other books along this vein, but this is the best one I've ever read. I recommend this book for anybody that is looking to incentivize or motivate or reward their employees, because it explains why bonuses are a bad idea, especially Christmas bonuses. Not to say you can't do them, but if you're looking to use them for rewarding, incentivizing, or motivating, they don't work in that way for Christmas, which is one of the reasons why many times people complain that right after Christmas, people get their bonus and then they quit. All right, so read the book, Drive, Daniel Pink, and then going to what Mark said, and also a little bit to what Tom said. I have Tom's time, yay, that a gift that is more personalized, that seems more like a gift that's coming from person to person versus company to person is going to be a lot more beneficial and going to give the person, you guys all know me preaching matter, meaning, measure, and accountability, right? So that matter is hard to get out there, and Christmas time is a really good time to show people that they matter to you and your company.
So giving someone a gift that's branded with company logo that looks like swag is not the best way to motivate people.
No. Yes.
Is this the book, Liz?
This is the book. So I do not remember a time ever. I've been recommending this book for years. I would say at least 10 or 15 years I've been recommending this book. And I don't remember anyone ever telling me anything other than this. Wow, I can't believe that I didn't read that book. That is so amazing. I should have read it 5 years ago when you told me to read it then. Yes, you should have. So for all of you that haven't read it yet, don't be saying that, right? Get the book. It'll make your life easy. Make your life a lot easier.
Oh my goodness, Liz, look at this. I have 4 credits. I'm getting
Wow. How do you have 4 credits? That is crazy to me. You read a lot, Tom.
I don't know.
You can feel free to gift some of those to me. I promise you I don't have 4 credits. You can't gift them, otherwise I'd be bugging you. But you can't.
Okay.
Right, I know I think there was at least one more question up there, Tom.
Yep. Right here. What do you do to award employees?
I'm thinking that she's meaning award and reward. I'm getting
yeah, got it.
Hopefully, Susan, hopefully that's what you are thinking, awarding and rewarding. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we can attack it that way. Mark, you're up.
Okay, so I don't know if everybody heard, but my background professionally is in the Army, right? So I took some lessons learned from that and bringing that into business. My 17 and a half years in the Army, I've pretty much learned that verbal praise directly to a person is like worth its weight in gold. So as the owner, if I reach down to a cleaner and I give them a call and specifically praise them on a specific job that they got positive feedback on, that is very well received at the employee level, right? Not necessarily giving them a monetary reward or something like that, or something they can hold in their hand, but just an acknowledgement of, hey, I see you. I see what kind of quality of work you're doing in the name of our company, and I really appreciate that, and our clients appreciate that. And that's the best thing that I personally like to do in my business, and I think it is the most well received from our staff.
That's pretty good. And you used 58 seconds and a half.
Thumbs up from me. Thumbs up from me. Absolutely.
All right, Liz.
All right. So we do have some programs. We have a program called MVP of the Month where people nominate who they want. They nominate them for the different core values. We have 6 core values in our company. So they nominate people based on those core values. We've been doing that for, I want to say, about 17 years now. So we get an MVP of the month. We also have yearly annual awards. So we have what we call the all-stars of these different core values. So like our first core value is understanding. So we would have the understanding all-star for the year. And these people get different things granted to them all year long, but they also have some responsibilities that they have to do. And then we have the All-Star Award that for the entire year, the MVP award. And that person gets a large gift, like a 7-day trip somewhere.
Wow.
I need to come work for you.
I'll come work for you. You come work for me. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, so I mean, we recognize, anniversaries and birthdays, and the closest we can do that at the day that those are actually happening. We have days, typically Thursdays, that we call people out who have had, exceptional weeks from a performance standpoint. It could be, or compliments, or just, maybe they picked up an extra job to help a team out, or just whatever, just trying to find people who did exceptional work that need to be recognized, over the course of that week. We have daily morning meetings, actually, and whenever anybody does anything particularly noteworthy, we just try to call them out and give them some recognition at that time.
We're doing well. Look, Hilda really likes our answers.
Yay, thank you.
Yay, thank you, Hilda. Was there another question above the drive links?
Those drive links were pretty healthy, weren't they?
Yeah.
War, cash, Christmas, metrics. Marlo had a question. This is a question from your list that we haven't done.
Okay.
I think I entered that before Marlo answered hers, so maybe that's what you saw.
Maybe. Okay.
I think that's it.
I'm first up.
Yep.
We are doing price increases right now. How we do price increases is monthly on the anniversary. And we did stop doing them for, I think, 4 months. Don't quote me on that, somewhere around there, but we're doing them again. And we're doing a little bit higher price increase than we normally would to be able to cover the PPE that we're all using. We send them out by email, and ours go out with what the new rate is, why it's that new rate, when it's going into effect. And we always have at least a couple of ways that they can get out of the price increase. So for people that don't want to pay the price increase, we give them a couple of options at a time.
You went high pitch on us there, Lane.
I felt like Derek for a second there. One of our other partners, Derek Christian, whenever he gets really stressed out, his voice gets really high.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You went Derek on us.
I know, that's what I felt like. I'm like, ah!
Okay. For the longest time, we did rate increases on an annual basis, and we did them in the fall of the year, like October. And the thinking was that the last time anybody would want to lose their cleaning service would be before the holidays. We've since got out of that, and we've got into a cycle where we do them on the anniversary date, like Liz says. So every 12 months, they're getting an increase, and it works better that way because actually everybody's getting it 12 months rather than some people strung out longer than that. We do it through email. It's part of Made Central. We've got a utility that will show you everybody who's an anniversary date and are due for an increase, and you can kind of click a button and we'll send them all an email and create a new rate log record with the date that it goes in effect. So it makes it fairly easy to do.
Yeah, so for those of you guys that didn't hear that, did you catch that piece about press a button and all of them go out? Oh, it's the dream, y'all. It's the dream, right?
It's pretty awesome, actually.
Has that launched yet, Tom? Or is it coming right now?
Actually, in my world, it has. It's going out in production next Thursday night.
Okay.
But, we get to play with some of those tools in development, and we're using it now. And Castle Keepers is using it now. We get to break stuff because sometimes things don't work the way they want to, and so we're the guinea pigs. But it's working, and it's really cool, and it's going out next Thursday.
That's super nice.
You up, Mark?
All right. Yeah. So on the carpet cleaning side, we don't have a lot of like monthly repeat customers, so it's not really as much of an issue there. But with our cleaning business, with Elite Cleaning, we have traditionally had everybody in the year under the same pricing model, and then like Tom was talking about earlier, in the fall, if price increases were going to come out, we would send out a mailer. And I think we're going to move away from that and move to what you guys are talking about, more of an annualized treatment for the individual accounts. So we'll have that new price structure ready to go, and then it will get implemented into each of the individual contracts as those come up for their annual review. And then that will go out via email.
We used to use snail mail, but gosh, we just have just as good of luck with email. I know I'm not supposed to be talking. Sorry.
No, all right. Yeah. I'm in a good mood.
I just talk all calmly, like I'm just like chatting, but I'm actually extending my time. You like how I did that, y'all? Yeah. Sorry, Tom.
Let's see. Bang. What are your hard no's when hiring?
Well, yeah, okay. Who's first?
Am I first on this one?
No, because you're first. I asked the time before.
Okay.
Keeping records.
I'm on it.
It only seems.
I'm thinking. I don't know if there are any hard no's, and I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, you want to make sure that you're abiding by, all of the laws and regulations, and that's kind of an evolving thing. So you have to kind of look at the whole body of work. We certainly want to make sure that people, understand the physical nature of the work and that they believe that they have the physical ability to do it. We, in the states that we do business in, we're allowed to do background checks. So we're able to incorporate that into the consideration. Past experience kind of goes into it. If, they have additional jobs, or especially if they have side gigs. I mean, all of that is factored in, but no one hard no.
That was so good, Tom. That was like on the money.
Right on it.
Money.
Ready, Mark?
Yeah, let's go ahead. So we use a screening service for new hires, and it's done through our payroll folks, ADP, which is pretty broadly used. Now, I am not a lawyer, and I've been told that many times by my lawyers. So the political answer and the legal answer to this question is probably different than what I'd like to say. But just like you, we look at the whole person concept with an understanding that we are a bonded company putting people into homes. So we're looking at the total person concept of their background, but specifically driving record is huge. Violent crimes, obviously, are gonna stand out. We don't want those kind of things, but professional experience is huge. And then for me, it more comes down to attitude and outlook, and is this person able and willing to learn and be trained? That's really what I like to look at.
Very good.
All right, so I have different hard no's depending on the market, depending on what's going on. If it's easy to hire, I have different hard no's, and if it's hard to hire, but there are a couple things that are always a hard no for us. And I'm also not an attorney. Thanks for that, Mark. And not saying anybody else should do what I do, but we don't hire anybody that has anything related to stealing on their record. So theft, burglary, anything that has to do with stealing. Sorry, hard no. And I don't even care if it's like a long time ago, 10 years ago. We just don't do it. We also have a hard no for drugs. Anybody that does a drug test and has drugs in their system, unless it's marijuana, which is legal here. And that's it. That's all I got. Oh, good. I love it when I get the orange.
I thought I heard you mutter something under your breath.
That's all I got right now. I thought I was going to talk faster. I thought I was going to say the things that I was going to have time to say, the things that we hire for that other companies don't, because we're kind of unique. We hire for things that other companies are like, yeah, I wouldn't hire them. I would.
You know, I had a conversation earlier today, and I'm gonna jump on this for just a second. I've met a gentleman that does personality training, not training, but assessments, and I believe it's the book Good to Great, where they talk about getting the right people on the bus, right? And that's the very first thing you have to do. And we are actually implementing this, and a couple of my other business mentors have already implemented this program, where you as an owner will take an assessment, your managerial staff will be assessed about how you interact with each other, and then the staff will get assessed about how the management team should interact with them individually, and whether or not they're going to clash, or whether they're going to work well together, or whether that person's value system really truly, based on the way they answer their questions, fits into your company ecosystem and value system. And so I'm excited to start into that, but it's kind of like what you were just talking about there.
What's the name of the assessment?
You know, the actual assessment that they're using, there's like 3 different ones. And off the top of my head, I don't know, because it was, let me see if I have an email here real quick.
It sounds like
from Harvard. The other one is, you would recognize it if I said it. Let's see here.
It sounds like a blend of DISC and...
DISC is one of them that they use. Then there's another one that comes on top of that. And the guy that created this program, the gentleman I'm working with, he studied under him for like a year or 2 years, like in-house. And, you know, I can't put my finger right on all those specific terms right now, but the idea of understanding how to deal with these people specifically on how they view and see the world against how you view and see the world is a very valuable tool.
Yeah.
Especially when you're deciding who to promote into, from like field staff to a management position, or, you know, those different scenarios that come up when dealing with personnel moves and changes.
Tom, what is the name of the one assessment that the one that shows all the little tiny graphs and has, you know, like math and you know what I'm talking about?
I do. And I can't think of it either, but I
love that little assessment. I think that most people in our industry are familiar with the Orion. If you're not, check it out. That's a real popular assessment. Really, pricing is amazing for the Orion 2 for what they give you.
It's a value, truly. It's a great value.
It is. It really is. I don't know though. I wonder if Bill is going to be on deal day one of these days. We need to find out.
Yeah, he ought to.
He should be. He really should.
Actually, they were a couple of deal days, several deal days ago. You may have missed that one.
I was here.
Were you? Okay.
But we need him again.
We do.
I'm curious what the name of that one was. The one that I want, are you looking it up, Tom?
I'm efforting.
The reason I wanted Tom to show it to you guys is the thing that's a little bit different about it is it shows, similar to what Mark was talking about, shows based on your company and the values in your company, how well this person is going to fit in within these certain different criteria. And I'm like, oh, I love that thing. We tend to just do DISC over here. Everybody knows everybody's, because you guys know I'm a DISC trainer. So we all know our name tags say what everybody's DISC style is. So like I'm Liz, I'm an SI, and Tom's a DC. So we pretty much work around DISC a lot. Oh, when you're done with that, we do have a question up here, that we might be able to sneak in. Tom, we still have
Where do we have?
From Debbie. Oh, Susan's, you use Myers-Briggs? Yeah, Myers-Briggs is very similar to DISC. Yeah. Very similar.
I can find an example of that if you want to. We can probably look it up next week.
All right.
Because We are against the top of the hour, but we can sneak this one if we hurry.
We can. We'll be fast.
Mark, you're up.
All right. It's funny this would come up. We are dealing with this right now. Yes, we have done it, or we are actioning this right now. And so I assume you're asking about, what are the repercussions and how did it play out? I'm guessing is kind of what you're asking behind. It was an emotional hit for the staff member that we did it to, or didn't do it to, but moved down. The thing is, there was lots of counseling that went along with that. We put paperwork in front of her. We showed her all the things that were leading up to this decision. It wasn't just where we called her one day and was like, "Hey, you're being knocked down." We just wanted to be the honest broker. And at the end of the day, she wasn't performing to the level she was supposed to be. She wasn't training to the level that she was supposed to be training the subordinates. And for that reason, we had to move her back down. And she knows we have provided a path for her to get back to that position in the future.
Right on the mark. That was slow on the clip.
Good job. So no, we don't demote people. What we do is we offer them the opportunity to take a lower position if they'd like. So what we do is there's certain standards that you have to meet to be in every position. We have a pretty rigorous job ladder. There are quite a few different levels. And if you want to stay in a level, then when your evaluation hits, you're going to have to meet that level. If you can't, you have an option. You can either reduce, go down to a different level. You could or you could increase your activity. If you don't choose to increase your activity to match your role, then we'll give you the option to find another job or to reduce. Your choice. It's up to you. So we have never demoted, but we've had people go back.
I'm sorry, Liz, but you ran out of time.
I was done talking when it hit.
No, I was
done. Was I done, Mark? We've got.
I think you were in under the buzzer there. Yeah.
I did.
On that one.
I'm going to go replay that, Tom. So just check.
Well, we are at the top of the hour.
Hurry up.
Hilda what is the best?
What should she do for an employee who works for her for 7 years?
Okay. You want to answer that, Liz?
We're out of time. You didn't even go on the last one. What are you doing? So Hilda is hopefully her anniversary is not already here. If it's already here, this is a hard question. If it's not here, we should answer this next week and everybody get a good answer. Lots of different things you can do. We celebrate big on the milestone years. So we celebrate big on year 1, year 5, year 10, 15, 20. We don't have anybody over 20. I think our longest person's 23 years. So on the 7 year, we would have like a regular celebration. We decorate a glass. We have a rock that we paint and put in our anniversary garden. We have flowers. We have a whole big celebration that everybody sings and talks. And we have a big poem that we read about them. It's a big celebration, but it's not a lot of money. For 7 years, it'd be about $50, maybe $100.
Profile XT.
Yeah, that's it, y'all. Profile XT. That's the one I was talking about. That's awesome. It's pricier. It's a lot pricier, but
it's really good, though.
Really good. Which sounds like Mark's is doing like Profiles XT and Disc and.
Yeah, I know. I just went back and looked at, like I said, we're in the initial phases of this, and the gentleman sent me some examples. So Disc is part of it. And then there's another Harvard developed program that is blended in with it. And then he does an interpretation, individually with us. So.
Yeah, love it. I love any of that stuff. I'm a big fan.
Right.
Do y'all want to give her anything real quick about the 7 years. Oh, there's Profile XT.
Your answer is good. I can't top
Do you
that.
have anything that you want to add real quick, Mark, about anniversaries?
Like I said, I'm not real big on like cash bonus type things. I'm a big proponent of just talk, conversation and letting people know like the human element, right? And maybe that's part of just because we're a smaller company too. And like that family environment that I was talking about. So we do acknowledge those things, but they're really not tied directly to like incentives that you can put your hands on.
Yeah.
We give a certificate for every year of service. At 5 years, you get a plaque. At 10 years, you get a gold, not gold, silver medallion of a castle, the same castle that's in the Castle Keepers logo. Okay, we are past the top of the hour. Forgive us. We've gone over a lot this week, Liz. We need to pick our game.
We'll be better, y'all. But how many minutes? It's 1 hour and 50 seconds. We're only over 52 seconds at this point.
Okay. Mark, thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you and fun working with you. And this is hopefully will be one of many opportunities for us.
Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate the invite, Liz. And I look forward to hopefully being on in the future sometime.
Yeah, so great to have you, Mark.
All right, thank you.
Look forward to seeing you on the 4th.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't forget about ArcSea Learning. You're going to be hearing more about that. I'm going to drop that link again. And I can't find the link to sign up for a convention, but you guys know where it is.
It's at the top.
Okay, it's up there. You guys have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday with Mark Baker. Take care, guys.
Mark. Bye. Thanks again, Mark.